Hey, English learners, welcome back to the Beyond Words podcast, your cozy little place to learn easy English through real everyday conversations. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Jessica. We hope your day is going well, or if you are listening to this in the morning, we hope your morning is off to a good start.
Yes, and if your morning has not started well yet, don't worry. That is actually perfect because today we are talking about mornings and English practice together,
Two things that go surprisingly well together.
like coffee and a good book.
Exactly like that. Warm, comfortable, and good for you.
So today's topic is how to start your day with English practice. Not a big, overwhelming study session, not opening a textbook at 6 in the morning,
Please no.
and no textbooks at 6. Just small, real, enjoyable ways to let English be part of how your day begins.
Because here is something we truly believe. The way you start your day matters. It sets a kind of tone, a mood, a direction.
And if English is one of the first things your brain hears or uses in the morning, it warms up faster. It becomes more natural through the day.
Like warming up your voice before singing. You don't go from silence to full performance immediately.
You warm up gently, and then everything flows better.
Yes, English in the morning is your warm-up, and today we'll show you exactly how to make it work.
But before we start, if this podcast is helping your English, please like this episode, subscribe to Beyond Words, and share it with a friend who always says, I want to practice English more, but I never have time.
Because after today, they will know exactly when to find the time.
In the morning, right at the start.
Let's go.
Jessica, let me ask you something first. When did you first start practicing English in the morning? Was it always part of your routine?
Honestly, no. For a long time, my mornings were for everything except English. Coffee, checking messages, getting ready, rushing out the door.
The classic busy morning.
Very classic. And English was something I did if I had time later in the day.
And how often did you actually have time later in the day?
Almost never, because by the evening I was tired. My brain didn't want to learn anything new. It just wanted to rest.
That is so real. The evening brain and the morning brain are completely different.
Completely different. The morning brain is fresh, open, ready to absorb things.
And the evening brain is like a sponge that is already full.
Yes, a full, tired sponge. Nothing else goes in.
So the morning is actually the best time for learning, scientifically and practically.
Yes, and once I understood that, I started protecting my morning time for English, even just a little bit of it.
And what happened?
My English improved faster than it ever had before, not because I was studying more hours in total, but because I was using the right hours.
Quality over quantity, again.
Always. 15 focused morning minutes beat one unfocused evening hour every time.
I had a similar experience. I used to think I need a long block of time to really practice English, like 1 hour minimum. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
The all or nothing thinking.
Exactly. And because I rarely had 1 free hour, I rarely practiced. Days would go by without any English at all.
And then you felt guilty about it, which made it worse.
Yes, guilt on top of no practice. Not a good combination.
So what changed?
I let go of the 1 hour rule. I said, okay, what if 10 minutes in the morning every day is enough? What if that actually adds up?
And does it?
10 minutes a day is 70 minutes a week, 300 minutes a month, 60 hours a year.
60 hours from just 10 minutes every morning.
Just 10 minutes. That is more than most people think they practice, but it is also completely achievable.
Completely, because everyone has 10 minutes in the morning, even on the busy days.
Even on the very busy days, you just have to choose to use those 10 minutes for English before the day takes them from you.
Before the day takes them, yes, because the day always has other plans for your time.
Always. So we take our English time first before the day can take it.
Okay, so let's talk about how. What are some real, simple ways to practice English in the morning?
Yes, practical things. Things that fit into a real morning, not an ideal imaginary morning where you have 2 free hours and total silence.
The imaginary perfect morning that never actually comes.
never comes. Real mornings are messy. Real mornings have noise and children and coffee that gets cold too fast.
So our tips need to fit inside a real, imperfect morning.
Exactly. Okay, tip number 1. Listen to English while you do something else.
This is the most accessible tip of all because it doesn't require extra time. It uses time you already have.
Yes, you are already making breakfast, already getting dressed, already walking to the bus, already in the shower.
Those moments are pocket time, small coins of time that most people don't use for anything meaningful.
And if you put English into those moments, suddenly your commute becomes a listening lesson. Your breakfast becomes an English warm-up.
And you didn't need to find extra time for it. You just filled the existing time with something useful.
Yes, and what should you listen to in those moments?
Something at your level, something you enjoy. A podcast like this one, an English show or audiobook, a YouTube video about something you love, but in English.
The content matters, because if it's boring, you will stop listening and your brain will wander.
But if it's something you are genuinely interested in, your brain stays engaged, even while your hands are busy making eggs.
The egg and English combination.
Very nutritious for your body and your English.
So listen to English during your morning tasks. Use your pocket time. You already have it. Just fill it with English.
Tip number 2, learn one new English word or phrase every morning.
Just one.
Just one, not 10, not a vocabulary list. One word or one phrase that you didn't know before, or one that you know but you want to use more naturally.
And where do you find this word?
Anywhere. From a podcast you listen to, from a song, from something you read, from a Word of the Day app.
Or from this podcast, of course.
Of course. And once you have your one word, you don't just read it and move on.
You do something with it.
Yes, you say it out loud 3 times, you make one sentence with it, and you try to use it, or at least think about it once during the day.
Think about it during the day. That's an interesting idea.
Because the brain remembers things better when it returns to them. Every time you come back to a new word, even just in your thoughts, you push it a little deeper into your memory.
Like pressing a stamp more firmly onto paper. The more pressure, the clearer the mark.
Yes, one word pressed firmly into your morning and revisited during the day is worth more than 20 words glanced at and forgotten.
I've been doing this for a long time. I keep a small notebook next to my coffee cup, and every morning, one word, one sentence. That's it.
And over months, how many words does that become?
Hundreds, real words that I actually use, because I learned them slowly, one at a time, in a way that stuck.
Slowly and surely, the tortoise, not the hare.
Always the tortoise. So, one new word every morning. Say it, use it, return to it, let it stick. Tip number 3. Talk to yourself in English for 2 minutes.
Talk to yourself.
Yes, I know it sounds strange, but it is one of the most underrated English practice tools there is.
Underrated means people don't appreciate how useful it is. They think, talking to myself, that won't help, but it really does.
Here's why. Speaking English, even alone, even with nobody listening, activates a different part of your brain than reading or listening.
Your mouth has to find the words in real time without a script.
And that is exactly what happens in a real conversation. So you're practicing the real skill, not a version of it.
So what do you actually say when you're talking to yourself in English in the morning?
Anything. Describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I need to remember to buy more milk. Today I have a meeting at 2 o'clock.
A morning narration.
Yes, or plan your day in English. Today I want to finish the report. I also need to call my friend. In the evening, I want to go for a walk.
Or talk about how you feel. I'm a little tired this morning. I didn't sleep very well. But I feel okay. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Simple sentences, real thoughts in English.
And nobody can hear you, so there's no embarrassment, no pressure to be perfect.
Just you and your English brain warming up together.
I started doing this in the shower. 2 minutes of English talking while I wash my hair.
The shower English session.
Very private, very effective, and it has genuinely improved my ability to think in English faster.
Because you're training your brain to reach for English words without translating first.
Yes, and over time, that reaching becomes more fast, more automatic, more natural.
Until one day you realize you're thinking in English without even trying.
And that day, that is a beautiful day.
2 minutes of talking to yourself in English every morning. Narrate, plan, describe. Just speak.
Tip number 4. Shadow one short piece of English content.
Yes, shadowing in the morning is especially powerful.
Because your brain is fresh, your mouth is ready to practice, and the content you shadow in the morning tends to stay with you through the day.
Like a song you hear first thing in the morning that you find yourself humming for hours afterward.
Yes, your brain holds on to the first sounds of the day in a special way.
So if those first sounds are English, natural, flowing, real English, your brain carries that rhythm with it.
And what does shadowing in the morning look like practically?
Very simple. You choose one short piece of audio, 1 minute or even less. Could be a scene from a show, could be 30 seconds of a podcast.
Could be this episode right now.
Yes, right now. Press pause, repeat what you heard, then press play and speak along.
Copy the rhythm, copy the speed, copy the way the words flow together.
Don't worry about being perfect. Just try to get close.
The goal is not to sound exactly like us. The goal is to feel English moving through your mouth naturally.
To feel the rhythm of real English in your own voice.
And 1 minute of shadowing in the morning, every morning, builds something real over time.
Real fluency, real rhythm, real confidence.
Shadow one short piece of English every morning, even 30 seconds. Feel English in your body before the day begins.
Tip number 5. Write 3 sentences in English.
Just 3.
Just 3 sentences about anything. About your morning, about how you feel, about what you are looking forward to today.
And why writing? We've been talking about listening and speaking. Why also writing?
Because writing is thinking made visible. When you write in English, even 3 sentences, you're forcing your brain to organize thoughts in English, to find the right words, to build structure.
And that process makes everything else stronger. You're speaking, you're listening, you're reading.
Yes, writing is like the quiet foundation under all the other skills.
And 3 sentences is so small that there's really no excuse not to do it.
No excuse. You can write 3 sentences in 2 minutes.
On your phone, in a notebook, in a document on your computer.
Anywhere. The format doesn't matter. The thinking in English is what matters.
I write 3 sentences every morning in the Notes app on my phone before I look at any messages or social media.
Before the phone fills with other people's words, you put your own words in first.
Yes, your English words, your thoughts, your morning in English.
And at the end of the month, you have 90 sentences, a little English diary of your mornings.
And if you read back through it, you'll see your English changing, growing, becoming more natural.
That visible progress, seeing your own growth in writing, it's one of the most motivating things you can experience as a learner.
Because growth feels invisible when you're inside it, but when you can read your words from 3 months ago, you can see how far you've come.
And that is fuel, real, clean, sustainable fuel to keep going.
3 sentences every morning, in English, before the day begins. Make them yours.
Okay, let's slow down now for our word tour. Some useful English words from today that you can start using immediately.
Yes, let's go through them one by one.
First word, absorb. To absorb means to take something in and process it fully. The morning brain absorbs new information more easily. Or, I try to absorb 1 new English word every morning before I check my phone.
Next, routine. A routine is a set of actions you do regularly, usually in the same order. Adding English to my morning routine changed how fast I improved. Or, a simple routine is easier to keep than a complicated one.
Next, accessible. If something is accessible, it is easy to reach or use, available to most people. Listening to English in the morning is the most accessible tip because it needs no extra time. Or, this podcast is designed to be accessible for A2 to B1 learners.
Next, narrate. To narrate means to describe what is happening, like telling a story. I narrate my morning in English while I make breakfast. Or she narrated her walk to work in English as a speaking practice.
Next, activate. To activate means to start something working, to switch it on. Speaking out loud activates a different part of your brain than just reading. Or, morning practice activates your English brain early in the day.
Next, underrated. If something is underrated, it means people don't appreciate it enough. It's more valuable than most people think. Talking to yourself in English is one of the most underrated practice methods. Or, sleep is underrated. Most people don't realize how much it helps learning.
Next, sustainable. Something sustainable can continue for a long time without stopping or collapsing. 10 minutes every morning is sustainable. 2 hours every morning is not. Or, I'm building a sustainable English practice. Small, consistent, and enjoyable.
And last, momentum. Momentum is the energy or force that builds when you keep moving in one direction. Every morning you practice English, you build momentum. Or, missing one day is fine, but missing 5 breaks your momentum.
So our words today are absorb, routine, accessible, narrate, activate, underrated, sustainable, and momentum.
Choose 2 that feel most useful for you and try to use them today, even just in your thoughts.
And remember, using a word once puts it in your short-term memory. Using it 10 times makes it yours.
So, use it 10 times. Okay, let's bring everything together before we say goodbye.
We talked about 5 simple ways to start your day with English practice. Let's remember them quickly.
Tip 1, listen to English during your morning tasks. Use your pocket time. Fill it with English.
Tip 2, learn one new word every morning. Say it, use it, let it stick.
Tip 3, talk to yourself in English for 2 minutes. Narrate your morning. Plan your day. Just speak.
Tip 4, shadow one short piece of English. Feel the rhythm of real English in your mouth before the day begins.
Tip 5, write 3 sentences in English. Make them yours. Build your little morning English diary.
And remember, you don't need to do all 5 every morning. Start with 1, just 1.
The one that feels most natural to you. The one that fits your morning the best.
Do that one thing consistently, and when it feels easy, add another.
Small and consistent always beats big and occasional.
Always. 10 minutes every morning is more powerful than 2 hours once a week.
Because language grows in the daily contact, in the small, regular moments of listening, speaking, and thinking in English.
It grows quietly, and then one day you realize it has grown a lot.
And you'll look back and think, it started with 10 minutes in the morning.
Just 10 minutes, and a decision to begin.
Now it's your turn. We have one question for you today. Which of these 5 tips are you going to try tomorrow morning? Just one. Which one?
Write your answer in the comments. Start with, tomorrow morning I will, because writing it down, even in a comment, makes it more real, more likely to happen.
And if someone else reads your comment and tries the same thing, you just helped another English learner without even knowing it.
That's a beautiful thing.
It really is. And if this episode was helpful, please like, subscribe to Beyond Words, and share it with one person who wants to practice English more but doesn't know where to start.
Tell them, start in the morning. Start small, start tomorrow.
This was the Beyond Words podcast with Daniel and Jessica. Until next time, good morning, English learners, wherever your morning finds you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care, and we'll see you in your next morning.